Hello, ZTV fans. Welcome to another thrill-packed, exciting, and positively splendid episode of ZTV. This week, we're going to be playing one of my favorite NES games. We're going to play Castlevania 2: Simon's Quest, but we're going to actually be playing a enhanced, patched version of Castlevania 2: Simon's Quest. It all began 7 years since the ending scenes of Castlevania. The scene is set once again in Transylvania. When the hero Simon Belmont defeated Count Dracula, the Dark Lord's body succumbed to a long sleep. However, the cost of that battle was that of Simon's own body. His health has been slowly deteriorating, and he is beginning to feel that death looms near. One morning, Simon was visiting the graves of his ancestors on the Hill of Angels. As he contemplated his life, behold, suddenly behind him there was a woman standing in the morning mist. The woman approached Simon, and she began to speak. An evil curse has begun upon you. Death is about to get hold of you. However, if you still possess the courage and the will to face the forces of evil once again, God will surely grant you the power that you need. In the last 7 years since Dracula was destroyed, the demonic curse released from within his body has been brooding, growing stronger, and Dracula's body has already begun resurrecting itself. Thus far, 5 parts of his body have appeared throughout the land, each strengthening the curse. There is only one way to end this curse. While the power of the curse is still weak, you must find these 5 body parts and bring them into what remains of Dracula's castle and purify them by burning them on a hidden altar, thus sealing the curse. Once the curse is sealed, the legend of Dracula will be finally ended forever, at least until the next game. With the curse gone, your body will begin to heal too. There is no other way to eliminate Dracula once and for all. After speaking these words, the woman disappeared beyond the morning mist. Whoa! And so the hero Simon Belmont began a new journey with newfound determination. There is no other path. Fight Simon! Return to Transylvania! That was actually pretty cool. What happened to the game? It like froze up or something. Well, reset. That kind of made me nervous. Alright. Start! Here we go. Alright. Hey, you. First, you should buy a white crystal. Blah, blah, blah. I didn't actually hear what he said. Alright, so this is an enhanced. Okay, there are traders hiding in our town in some... Oh, he had more to say. Well, anyway. This patch, oh crap! I didn't realize I had the capacity of doing that. I can jump down from a tree with in this ROM hack. Well, that was a waste of a life. Okay. Well, first thing we gotta do is get some hearts so we can buy some gear. Now, that guy was saying that first thing I should do is buy the white crystal. I don't usually do that. The first thing I always do is I buy holy water, because I can actually use that as a weapon. No, in the first town, there's actually 3 things you can buy, but I only buy 2 of them. There's a white crystal. I'm gonna... Oh, crap. Alright, well, it's already nighttime. So in this patch, there's They took out that "it's a horrible night to have a curse" thing, and it just turns into nighttime. How's that for pile driving, Miss Daisy? We also have like a cool map. Now this game is kind of still fresh in my head because I did a playthrough of it on my Metroid Pocket 5 to get retro achievements fairly recently. So a lot of it's still fresh in my head. Okay, there we go. There's my auto fire. I cheat and I turn turbo on. So in the beginning here, we're going to whip some zombies to get some hearts so that we can buy the early on stuff that we need. In my last playthrough, I actually bought like all the items because there was like an achievement locked to getting a retro achievement locked to getting each item. I'm not going to do that in this playthrough because there's a lot of items that I don't actually use. Like, it had, like, I had to get an achievement for buying the Thorn Whip that you get in this opening town. In a normal playthrough, I never buy the Thorn Whip because there's no point in buying, in my opinion, there's no point in grinding up to buy the Thorn Whip because there's a better weapon in the next town. It's like, why buy the Thorn Whip when in the next town I can buy the Chain Whip for 150? And it's like, why grind hearts twice? That's illogical. But again, because I was trying to get achievements, it's like, well... Alright. The morning sun has vanquished the horrible night! Alright. Rest here for a while in the name of Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen. Or amen. Is it amen or amen? I don't know. Alright, let's buy the crap we need and get on with it. Would you lie a white crystal? Give me. Alright. I'm gonna talk to this guy. I sell holy water, buy, and you will not regret it. Yeah, give me that too. Okay. So we got 70, and we also got 72 hearts towards the next whip, which hopefully we'll pick that up along the way. And I know the leather whip's kind of crappy, but again, there's no need to buy. There's no real need to buy the Thorn Whip when there's a better whip in the next town. I already lost a life because I didn't realize that in the ROM hack I'm playing I can drop down from a staircase. That was kind of amusing in its own stupid way. Now the mansion is actually over this way. But we leveled up, that's good. When you get enough hearts, you level up and it increases the length of your life bar. Man, he really launched that holy water. Did you see that? No. Last time I played this, I died. Like when I was on my way out of, because I did buy the thorn whip, and then like I was on my way out of the, and then I grinded to get the money for the chain whip on my way out, and then on my way out I lost my last life, and then when you lose all your lives, you lose all your hearts. So then I had to grind to get the money for the chain whip again. And it was pretty dumb. So I'm gonna have to grind these skeletons probably to get the money for the chain whip. And then it'll probably, knowing my luck, it'll probably turn to nighttime before I can get to the shop and buy it. You need 150 to buy the chain whip. That's nice. But I might as well go over to the town. Oh god. We're gonna get these crummy zombies. And because I didn't actually update my whip, it'll cost me 4 heart. It'll take me 4 hits to kill him. Ugh. Ugh. Alright, that crow is annoying. There's also a dagger you can buy in this town. If I get the parts to buy it, I'll buy it just for completeness' sake. Again, when I did my last playthrough of this, I bought it just because there was an achievement tied to it. There was an achievement tied to buying every item. Ugh. So I bought them all just to get all the achievements. There are also some achievements tied to, like, you know, getting to the best. Like, I didn't get all the achievements, but I got all the achievements that were tied to getting all the stuff. Like, I'm not gonna play through the game multiple times to get, like, super duper speed runs and stuff, because that's not what we're about here at ZTV. I don't have, like, so-called skills, you know. I got all the achievements that, like, somebody of my... and I died. Well, I better not die again, because then I'm gonna lose all my hearts. Oh, then a zombie spawns, like, right next to me as I'm getting back up. What kind of crap is that? If you know what you're doing, this game's not hard to beat because you have unlimited continues and you basically continue right from where you left off, but you lose like all your hearts every time you die, so you gotta be careful. Oh, hey, they all blow up. That's kind of cool. Alright. Well, let's get that. With my luck, I'll fall and die. Okay, well, I got 224, so I can buy them. Awesome daggers for sale, super cheap! Yeah, I'll buy it. Again, just for the sake of completeness. Chain whip is over here. I should have gotten it first, just on the very, very off chance that I missed that jump somehow. So you gotta use the holy water to break the block. And then we talk to this guy. This chain whip is worth its price. Are you interested? Yes, I am. See, then we can. Okay. Dude, look at that chain whip. Look how rad and bad that is. Not only is it more powerful, but it also has more range than the crappy whip that we started with. Okay, so this chain whip is gonna last us through the first half of the game, basically. I am also referring to a map for anybody wondering. Oh yeah, I'll demonstrate the dagger just for your amusement. There's the dagger. There's a couple of situations where it will be useful, but in reality, the holy water is going to be my go-to weapon most of the time. But well, because really, I mean, if you think about it, the dagger doesn't really have that much more range than my whip, and it does a lot less damage. So, on the dagger. Like, again, I just bought it because I bought it for the sake of completeness sake. And also for the purposes of this exciting video expose. I figured I would buy it. Because, you know, why not? Well, that was dumb. Oh well. Better I die and lose all my hearts. I only had like 20 some hearts, so it's not like I lost any major progress. Okay. So one thing to note is, like, if you don't have the white crystal, you will not see this hidden platform that was going up and down. So this patch, this ROM hack that we're playing as also will watch out for these gargoyles. They're pretty annoying, but they can drop a full heart, which is worth 5 hearts, which is kind of good. Now, now this game is notorious for having like trick walls, where like you have to use holy water to reveal that they're there. So basically, like, if you don't know like where the blocks are, you kind of have to like throw holy water everywhere to avoid like the trick blocks. This patch just makes it so that like like all the trick blocks just aren't there. So it's like these 2 blocks. You kind of see there's a big gap here. There would be like 2 blocks here that like are like fake, and you have to use holy water to get rid of you'd throw the holy water, and the holy water would go through these blocks to kind of signify that they're not actually there. So, yeah. Okay, so now that guy over there is the oak steak seller. We need to buy an oak steak off of him. So I gotta kill a few of these guys to get 50 hearts, which will take a minute or 2 here, depending on how quickly they drop their hearts. They're being kind of scrubby about it. Also, be careful, those bones that they're throwing are burning bones. They okay. Because I have that I like that feature of being able to just drop down from the staircase. it's handy when I actually know that I'm capable of doing it. It's like, oh, I like the fact that I can do that, but since I know that I can do it. When I don't know that I can do it, I'm just mucking around and I accidentally press a button. Okay, would you like to invest in an oak steak? Yes, I would. Now be careful not to accidentally throw that, because, okay, so this is a clue book. The road to Brahm's mansion will be heralded by the dispelling of the curse of the river. Okay. So in this patch, you can actually... you can actually look at your clues that you've collected and read them later. Because those clue books are like the only things... In the original game, like all the advice that people give you are like marred by bad translation, and they don't make any sense. Here's another one. Even today, the sacred flame rests in a realm hidden from sunlight. Okay. So there's a sacred flame somewhere that you gotta get. Well, I mean, you don't gotta get it, but it's a weapon that you can... We'll find it along the path. Hey, I thought that block was gonna be not there. I thought this patch got rid of those. Well, that sucks. Now I gotta go all the way back around. This is why this game aggravates a lot of people, is because there's these hidden blocks. And like I said, I thought this patch I was using dispelled the trick block. But apparently I was mistaken. See, so this is the way the game works. You have to throw the holy water down. So as not to fall in a trick hole. Oh, now they're not there. Okay, what the hell, game? We're just gonna make up rules as we go along. That's something. Well, I'm gonna get killed, probably. There aren't any, like, health ups. I mean, you can get your health back if you level up. But I'm not getting any XP. So, like, there's a cap on your XP levels. You really gotta jump off the edge of your toes to make that jump, by the way. Okay, so now I gotta really watch the map. I am referring to a map, by the way, because like I said, the game is still fairly fresh in my head, but not entirely. Okay, so be careful. This is where the trick wall. Okay, see now it's not there. See, that would have been helpful if the patch had worked properly and that pit had been there. Okay, so anyway, here's the end of the stage. So this is where you use the oak stake, and you hit the orb, and we get the trick bag. You now possess Dracula's rib. In the original game, where it's not, see, this is also like a translation patch. In the original game, it's mistranslated, and it says you now possess Dracula's rib. Now, one thing that's interesting is if you equip the rib, it gives you a shield that can reflect enemy shots. So that's kind of like the default item that I'll have equipped most of the time. Because it'll reflect enemy bullets. Very useful. Now, one thing I will do is if I have, on my way out of a level, if I have another 50 hearts, I'll buy another oak stake. Oh yeah, in this patch too, you can also go back and equip any whip that you want that you have equipped that you've purchased. So if I wanted to go, if for some insane reason I wanted to handicap myself and equip the leather whip, I could do so. Again, I don't know why I would want to, but I have the option. Normally, in the regular game, I wouldn't be able to do that, but in this ROM hack, you can do that. So if I go back and I buy the thorn whip, I could equip the thorn whip. Normally, it's like once you buy a better whip, you're locked onto that better whip. Again, under normal I'm gonna go over here because there's a clue book over here. I'll get it just to get it. A symbol of Dracula will appear when you strike with a stake made of oak. Yeah, well, I figured that out already. By the way, the spikes hurt. Just pro tip. Spikes equal bad. I got a lot of hearts. If I can survive to the next town, there'll be some useful items I can buy. I mean, I still have all 3 of my lives, but, you know. Well, let me see if I can demonstrate the, go ahead, spit. Okay, well, he did spit straight, so that became moot. Oh yeah, another thing. You know how I said that that hidden platform, it's actually. Oh wait. Oh. It's actually there, even if you don't have the white crystal equipped. You just can't see it. Okay. Anyway. All right, so that's one mansion down. So there's 5 mansions in total. Each of which has one of the evil parts of Dracula. You have to get all 5 pieces of Dracula and destroy them at the end, and then fight Dracula in order to complete this beautiful game. Watch out for stinky bats. We have 1 hit point left. I hate these crappy spiders. I mean, I hate spiders to begin with, but these spiders are annoying. These eyeballs are also very annoying. We took the upper path, though, that saved us some aggravation. And we died. That's okay, we still have 2 lives left. We're not going to lose all of our hearts just yet. Okay. Okay, it just turned to nighttime. Okay, so now this is actually... Remember how they were talking about something about a place that doesn't hit any sunlight, where there's a sacred flame? Alright, so this is where that is. If you take this bottom path here, avoid all these crappy enemies, and break this with holy water. Here's the sacred flame. Obtain the sacred flame. Yeah. So I'll demonstrate the sacred flame. It's a powerful weapon against stationary enemies. There it is. It actually kind of works more... It works more like... It works similarly to the holy water in, like, the more classical Castlevania games. One thing to be aware of, though, there's a clue book here. When the sapphire hits the sand of a lake beach, the earth will swallow the water. It does cost hearts to use it. Under most cases, that won't necessarily be a problem, but it is something to keep in mind. Alright. Oh. Ow! Goddamn spider. Alright, now this is a town. Now, I could build up some hearts here if I wanted. But I'm gonna just stand right here while it's safe until, until daytime, comes. Because there's some important stuff we gotta do here. In this beautiful town. Okay. The morning sun has vanquished the horde of the night, etc., etc. Alright, here's a guy. I sell garlic. Buy some? I guarantee the quality. Garlic. Whoops. You guys didn't see that. Right? Nobody saw that. Just pretend you didn't see any of that. Right? You didn't see that. Oh, here. Well, who the hell is this guy? A thing cursed away from sight can be seen as a reflection in Dracula's eyeball. Whatever that means. I think that translates to Dracula's eyeball lets you see hidden crap. Want to learn to fight? Then you should fight in more unfamiliar places. Wow, dude, thanks. That made no sense. Would you buy some of my laurels? Yes. Laurels make you temporarily invincible. They will be handy in a couple of spots. Alright, one more thing we need to do in this town. If you plan to trek through a swamp, eat laurels. It neutralizes the poison. See? The accursed dead river, a river that still awaits the one who frees it from the curse. Whatever you say, lady. The priests don't pray at night. That's why the forests are full of demons. Alright, we gotta talk to this guy. I have a blue sapphire, but I would like to exchange it for your sparkling, shiny white crystal. Alright, sounds legit. I would like to exchange my gemstone, but you don't have the type of crystal that I want. Oh, okay. Well, I thought you were happy with your shiny white crystal. So, bloobity 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 blue. Okay, so now we got the blue crystal. We need that to proceed. Okay. So now here's a cemetery. So now that garlic. So this is a dead end. We can't advance any further here. Maybe if somebody had designed some kind of a Game Genie jumping code, we could advance and do something here. But what we really want to do here is we want to drop one of those garlics that we got. And that makes this guy appear. Please take this silver knife. It may save your life. And really all the silver knife is it's just a more powerful and longer range version of the regular knife. I don't use it, but it is... I get it for completeness' sake. It's a longer range, stronger version of the dagger, and it costs a heart to use it. Ignore the idiot bouncing into the monsters. It justifies me picking up the garlic that we picked up. Let's put it that way. Okay, so now we're gonna go back and we're gonna take that lower path that we skipped earlier. Now the reason I bought the oak stake on my way out of the first mansion is that way I have it in case I don't have 50 hearts by the time I find it, by the time I get to this point next time. You know, because I may have died or, you know, whatever. I don't have to take the path with the stupid moving platforms. Okay, now this is the cryptic part that irritates everybody in this game. Oh, you have to take the blue crystal and duck down. And after several seconds... the earth will give way. I knew what to do here because I had the game player's game toad tape that told me what to do. It actually also says you need to be holding the silver knife. That's not true. You just need to have the blue crystal. And this is the second mansion. So, here's the second mansion. Now, in the second mansion, you can actually fart around. There's two halves to the second mansion. You can fart around on the left half of the mansion all day, and you won't get anywhere. To advance to this mansion, you have to basically know that there's a trick wall here. Now we already know that because we're using the ROM hack, the trick wall is already gone. But normally you'd have to throw holy water there to realize that that wall is invisible. But otherwise, you would just go up and down the left side of the map and get nowhere fast. That's the whole trick to this mansion. There might be a clue book on that side, I don't know. This is a really annoying... Okay, I kind of cheesed it. Or I made it look fairly easy, but that can be a really annoying jumping segment. Okay, there is a clue book over here. I'm gonna go get it. Oh, wait. There it is. Oh, okay. Put garlic on cemetery ground and demons will die. You may also meet someone awaiting you. See, that's actually a useful clue if you didn't already know it. Get my oak steak. You now possess Dracula's heart. Now, by itself, like the shield, like we kind of said before, the shield when you equip it gives you like or the rib when you equip it gives you like a shield. The heart in and of itself doesn't do anything like that, but you need to have it equipped to, when you talk to a certain guy, to get past a certain thing. I'll show it to you when we get to that point. Now, since I've got a crap load, well, I don't know if I'm gonna, I think I'm on my last life. Oh god. Yeah, I'm probably gonna, it would be great if I could last to where I could buy, the next major item I have to buy is the Morning Star, and it costs 200 hearts. Ow. But since I'm probably gonna, I'm almost guaranteed to die before I actually get to that point. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna buy another oak steak. There's a clue book up here. Dracula's heart will destroy a certain curse. I just vanished. Okay, so I killed I actually just took that death on purpose because that way I can start. My line of thinking was I'm just gonna die on purpose. That way I can start building up hearts again. Because I was like, there's no way in hell I'm gonna. There's no way in hell I'm gonna last. I had 3 hit points left. And I was on my last guy. So there was no way in hell I'm gonna last to where the Morning Star is for sale. So that was the second dungeon. It's not that hard. It's actually a pretty short dungeon. You just have to know that trick wall is there. Okay. So now, guess what? We get to actually go all the way back to the start of the game. Now I have to take the stupid moving platforms. But at least I didn't have to take them. I only had to take them one way. Like I said, this game's not necessarily hard to beat. You just have once you know where to go, because you have infinite guides. It's just a matter of testing your patience. So like I said, we gotta walk all the way back to the start. I'm gonna try to kill as many guys as I can to get hearts. We need 200. We're gonna need 200. And the monsters on the other side are really strong. So I'd rather not have to grind on them if I can avoid it. Oh, I thought I could hit that with my whip. Oh, I hate these spiders. This is one benefit of using the holy water is it goes downward at an arc. I mean, it does like 0 damage, so on the later monsters it's useless, but... Ow! Oh, you gotta be kidding me! Okay, I got 100. I need 200. It is said that in the town of Veros there is a hidden book that contains a clue to Dracula's riddle. Oh, really? So, like, from the start of the game, you could really go this way if you wanted to, but these things would maul you. So that's how the shield works. It blocks those fireballs. So this is where we want to use that laurel. Then we have this guy. Well then, let's go to a really good place. That's reassuring. I hope there's a church in this town. Okay, there is a guy here. I have a red ruby, but I would like to exchange it for your beautiful blue sapphire. Okay, so that was the important thing that we need to do in this town. Let me think for a minute. Okay, it's nighttime. Well, I can grind on zombies. They're safe. So there's another town coming. There's another town a few squares over. And that's where the Morning Star is. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grind my 200. And I'm going to go buy the Morning Star before I tackle the next mansion. It's kind of overkill, but I'd rather get it than not. Plus, like I said, it's safe to grind on these things, and some of the monsters in the next next group over are not safe. I want to get my 200 hearts. Hopefully level up to top off my health. Come on, zombies. Get them zombies. Well, I got my 200 at least. I don't know how many... Hearts also give you experience points. And when you get enough experience points, you level up and your health bar gets bigger. Now, the one thing to note is that your experience level is capped. So, like, you can only get, like, you can only level up after a certain point. So, like, you can't just sit, like, at an early level and grind up to a high level. You have to, like, advance in the game to be able to level up. Okay, now it's daytime. If I can find a church and heal up then before I go on, it'd be nice. I don't remember if there's a church in this town, though. In the later stages of the game, not every town has a church where you can get healed, which sucks. Oh, there's a church. Okay, good. Yeah, this way I can be... Because I only have 2 lives left, so I'm kind of worried about that. Rest here for a while in the name of the Holy Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Okay. Good. At least now I only have 2 lives, but at least I'm full health. Because like I said, the monsters coming up in the next couple areas are mean. At least until I get that Morning Star. I mean, there's still, even after I get the Morning Star, they're still mean, but... having that Morning Star will help. I'm not going to take any chances that I accidentally jump into water or something. Alright. Oh, there we go, we leveled up. Look at all that extra health we got now. Alright, great. See, I wouldn't have even needed to find the church. Anyway. Ow. Alright, let me think here. Okay, there's something useful on the bottom path, but the top path leads me to the town. Ow. Keep running. Keep running. Alright, here's the town. Whoops! I accidentally used the laurel. Oh well. Sucks for me. Would you buy some of my laurels? I could. I'm gonna buy the Morning Star first to make sure I have it. Then I'll buy a couple more laurels. Because I think there is another swamp where I have to use laurel. There's in one of the last mansions, there's a guy that gives you a bunch of laurel for free if you can find him. Rumor has it that digging up graves in Screwy Cemetery will yield a giant diamond. I don't care about your reason. A hermit living in a cave can empower a whip in a peculiar manner. Oh, really? Oh, crap! I was afraid of that. Well, I'm just gonna sit here and wait for... I'm just gonna sit here and wait for daytime. In fact, I'm gonna go get my... I have 2 more pieces of pizza in the stove. I'm gonna go get them and eat them while I wait for daytime. The tip of the morning star has a spiky steel ball. Alright, look at that. Spiky steel ball. That's great. Since I've got some hearts left over and there was a guy selling laurels, I might as well buy him. If I can figure out what town, what store that was in. Alright. So now that we got that whip, now that we got the morning star, we're gonna backtrack a little bit. Probably gonna get killed. That's okay. What the? That was sort of dumb. I remember when I used that garlic, and I got a wonderful, whoop, oh, I got a wonderful item from that. Well, we're gonna do that again. If I can figure out where the friggin' thing is. It's less annoying for me to just take the damage than this. I'll go away to the end, I think. Drop the bag, drop the garlic, there's the guy. Please accept this gift, a fine silk bag. Now that will let you, that'll let you hold more laurels. Might let you hold more garlic too, I don't know. Because I'm not gonna buy more garlic. Garlic will actually do damage. Like if you drop it and an enemy steps on it, it'll actually do damage. But the only thing I'm ever going to use it for is to make those two characters in the cemetery appear, so that I can get those two items: the silk bag and the silver knife. And I'm gonna get killed.
Tomorrow in Sussex, you'll see intermittent clouds. You can expect a high of 22 degrees Fahrenheit and a low of 4 degrees.
22 degrees tomorrow. Wow, that's going to feel like a tropical heat wave. Okay, so we gotta talk to this knucklehead again to go back. Well then, let's go to a really good place! I just duck, because I don't know if these things can actually hit you when you're... Okay, now... you gotta actually equip the heart. Let me take you to where you must go. Aha! And now he takes you to the third mansion. Now, one thing I'm going to note. If you keep going, you can get to this insane set of jumping blocks, which is a huge pain in the ass. And if you clear it, you get a diamond, which is a special weapon. I'm not going to go for it because it's a huge pain in the ass, especially since I can't really easily use save states on this. So just keep that in mind. So this is the third mansion. There's nothing particularly special about it. Other than there's a lot of guys that fight. Because we got the Morning Star, we'll be able to plow our way through most of it. One thing to keep in mind of this mansion is it does have a boss. Whoa! Okay, now up where that skeleton is, there's actually a clue book there. For the sake of completeness, I'll try to get it. Again, I'm following the map. Ugh. At this point, I really don't need hearts for anything other than buying an oak stake for each level. Oh yeah, it's kind of a pain in the butt to get this one. Oh, there we go. When you wrap dry herbs such as laurels in a silk bag, they will be brought to life. I don't even know what that means. It doesn't mean anything. It just means... Yeah, we don't really need hearts for anything more at this point, other than, like I said, being able to buy an oak stake at the end in each level, which again shouldn't really be a problem. If you can't rack up 50 hearts in a mansion, then you're not doing it right. That was kind of cheap. Press a ruby against the Deborah cliff, kneel, and wait for a whirlwind. So we'll talk to this guy on the way out so we can buy another oak stake. That was a cheap hit. Ow. I died. Alright, get ready. Here comes the boss. We'll try using the Sacred Flame on him. Or we'll just do that. Obtain the golden knife! Alright, the golden knife is a super busted weapon. It hits an enemy, stun locks him, does massive damage, and you now possess Dracula's eyeball. When you equip it, it'll actually reveal hidden stuff like clue books and stuff. Let me demonstrate the golden knife on the way out. So watch this. One thing to keep in mind though, it does cost 2 hearts to throw it. One thing to also keep in mind though, don't bump into death. Because you see there, I lost like half my hit points. It's a good thing I don't care. So because I've got the hearts, I'm going to buy another oak stake on the way out. That way I have it and I don't have to... I always buy another oak stake on my... If I know where the guy is that sells it and I have the hearts, I will always buy another oak stake on my way out of the mansion. That way I don't have to muck around with worrying whether or not I have the hearts, or if I die and lose all my hearts or whatever. Unfortunately, there's not really a fast way back out of the mansion. Which kind of sucks because there's no way to avoid that hit. And again, I don't really care about getting hearts at this point because there's not really anything I need to save up for. If I cared about getting my experience level up, I could walk back and forth and I could grind on these things and get a lot of points. And again, the points are capped depending on what level you're on. So like, I could hang out, if I wanted to get up another level, I could hang out in this, mansion and just kill stuff. And I would go up another level. The only reason I did it in my last playthrough of this game, where I was on my Retroid Pocket, was because I got a few achievements. I didn't even get like the maximum level, but I did grind up a few levels. Just, whoops, that was sort of dumb. Okay, again, I'm not going back for that thing. Don't want it, don't need it. I used up like 10 continues trying to get that stupid diamond just for the 5 achievement points or whatever that I got. Everything done? Let's get going then. Next stop, Belasco Marsh. I know this river like I know my own pockets. Every shoal, every vortex, and now every demon sob. And I fell in the water. So don't stop and talk to that idiot. Let's go to a really good place. I think he's like cursed to be like insane, and then equipping the heart removes the curse. I think that's like what the awkwardly worded clues are alluding to. I could be wrong. I don't know. The morning sun has vanquished the horrible night. Okay. So we've done everything that we need to do at this point. So now we can go to the end of this area. That's why I like having the grid equipped most of the time. Okay, so we basically just skipped. We did everything we need to do in this town. We got the weapon. We got the Morning Star. We got the silk bag on the lower path. I'm glad we were able to grind on. Oh, watch out for the mummies. These mummies are pretty strong if you don't have the Morning Star. Alright, here's an annoying jumping segment. Now imagine a segment where I had to do like 10 of those in a row to get the diamond, and then I had to do them on the way back. And now you'll see why I didn't bother getting the diamond. Okay. All that for a dead end. And this is where you have to kneel with the red crystal, or the ruby as they call it in this patch version. Okay. So this is the 4th level. But actually, we kneel with the red crystal here. This opens up. And I like to do this first. Remember in one of the earlier towns where like they said like there was some dude that knows like a secret trick to power up a whip? Well, here's a secret guy that can power up a whip. I will give you, Morningstar, the power to burn away evil. And now we have the flame whip. Your destiny bears great weight. Go before it is too late. Godspeed. All right. And if you don't have the Morningstar, he won't give you anything. By the way, and also if you keep going, by the way, you will get to the 5th and final mansion. But I like to get the flame whip since it's so easy to just go down there. I like to get the flame whip before I tackle the 4th mansion. Okay, so here we are at the 4th mansion. Let's see what the route is. Because actually most of the this should actually be cake because all the passageways are clear. I think. Just don't hit the deadly spikes because those will hurt. You now possess Dracula's nail. Well, that was easy. What the hell? There's a much longer path, but since I went through the secret passageway, I skipped like 60%. I skipped like 80% of the level. Now I don't get the chance to buy the extra oak steak, but that's fine and dandy with me. Now, what the nail does for you when you equip it is it lets you break blocks with your whip instead of having to use holy water. That can be useful in certain situations, but there we go. We'll use the golden knife. Oh yeah, watch that destruction. Okay, well, that was easy. I mean, we missed the clue books and stuff, but hey, at this point in the game, I'm ready to take the easy win. Okay, so now I will actually have to fight my way through this to get to the other. No, except I can't actually go back and equip the Morning Star now because it's been replaced by it's actually been replaced by the Flame Whip. So I can't actually go back and equip the Morning Star. Isn't that just beat all? Okay, there's nothing up above us. It's just blah 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 blah. Hey, there's a flaming asshole from Bad Dudes. Oh boy, another jumping block segment, just what I was yearning for. This one's not as harrowing as the others. I don't even want to demonstrate the diamond to you. Like I said, you don't need the diamond. It just bounces around and does stuff. All right, so here's where we need a laurel to kind of cross this harrowing area. And here's the fifth and final, yeah, these guys are tough, man. They take 2 hits even from the Flame Whip. Okay. So this is the fifth and final mansion. And you can tell it's tough because these guys take 2 hits from the Flame Whip. See, now, if you wanted to really have some fun here, because oh god, if we really wanted to have some fun here, we could de-equip the Flame Whip and we could go back to using like the Leather Whip. Then we would have some fun. How many hits from the Leather Whip would it take to kill one of these guys? Given the fact that it's taking 2 hits of the most powerful whip to off one of them. In fact, just for giggles, let's try it. If I can actually jump up to this platform. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Never mind, we died. Well, there you go. There you go. Never mind. And I'm sure there's some asshole out there that does like an all leather whip challenge and, you know, it's like whatever. I can play this without the leather, with only the leather whip, and I'm just gonna play because I have mad skills. Here at ZTV, we don't have mad skills. If there's one thing, if there's one thing I'm not about here at ZTV, it's showing off my so-called skills. I once did an entire series of videos using the Retron 5 to cheat my way through a bunch of old games that I couldn't beat otherwise. Oh yeah, this mansion also has a boss. Oh, by the way, if you're swinging the whip, like, you can hit something that's behind you. Oh yeah, remember when I made reference to, like, a while ago, there was like a hidden person that'll give you a bunch of laurels if you find them? Oh yeah, I remember now. This dungeon sucks. There's a bunch of hidden spiders in here. I said there's somebody that gives you a bunch of laurels. This is where they are. Please have these laurels. God bless you. And now I got 8 laurels. I really don't need him at this point. I'm not gonna need him at this point, but you know. And then I do that. I like how it's keeping track of the number of continues I use, like it's some kind of badge of shame. Like I used 6. I'm sure I used like triple that in my last run because I went for the stupid diamond, the stupid retro achievement. Okay, here's a boss. This is Vampira. She's either Vampira or Carmilla, depending on what. Well, I am going to use the laurels here because I don't have any hearts left to use the golden knife. Oh, that wasn't particularly hard. Okay, she gives you the cross. Or the rosary. You now possess Dracula's ring. And I'm not sure if that actually does anything if you equip it. And the smiling boss respawns. Great. I can't even shortcut my way out of this stupid place. Anyway. How do I get out of here again? Oh yeah, I gotta go up and around. Like I said, this area sucks because all these things take 2 hits. That boss wasn't really hard. You had an easy pattern once I figured it out. Plus you can block her shots with the shield with the rib. Alright, so we got the 5 body parts. By the way, the cross, you basically just, it's just something that you need to beat the game, basically. Like, you can't cross the bridge to the last, okay, wait, I gotta remember now where to quite go to. Now we gotta backtrack the way we came. We can use these laurels to protect us from the slime slump in this swamp. I'm gonna follow that fireball. Woo! More stupid jumping blocks. Those jumping blocks make me nervous. These skulls are also aggravating. I should look up and see if somebody smarter than I knows what those other items do. If you equip them. Like the ring. I don't know, like I said, I don't think the ring does anything. And you got these mummies. The scariest thing about these mummies is that you can't jump over them. Alright, do I get my rib? Okay. Oh god, Medusa heads. Nothing is more stress-inducing in a Castlevania game than Medusa heads. Alright, so there's a town here. There's not really anything in these towns at this point. There's some villagers that say all kinds. In fact, I'm gonna wait till daybreak just to see what kind of weird stuff the townspeople in this say, because they get really whack in this town. Okay. I just want to see what kind of weird stuff they say, because like I said, there's a couple of whacked out people in this town. Like this guy here. Go away! You again! Last year I was hoping never to see you again! At this point, it's pretty much a straight shot to the end of the game, by the way, in case you're wondering. It's your fault that it's not safe around here anymore! Please just leave and never return! When you go to Laura's mansion, you must find the rosary. Do not exit without it. Well, it's like, well, I mean, you just get it from the boss. It's not like it's that hard to find. Rest here for a while in the name of Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Amen. Thanks. Thanks, guy. I think the next town is actually where the real wackos are. These people are just pissed at us. Well, this guy might sell us something. Would you buy some of my laurels? Yeah, why not? I mean, it's not like there's anything else I can buy. Alright, moving on. Well, that's what we needed, a moving platform at this point. Oh boy, watch out for these things. They're really dangerous. Fortunately, we got a shield. Fortunately, we got a laurel. Okay, so you want to take the bottom path here. This is the town where I think all the real crazies are. Yeah, this is the wacko town. I like this town. Oops, that was a waste. You can't even go in this place. You can tell this place is nice because it's all gray and stuff. Actually, I think there's only like one person in this. There's only like one person in this town. Yeah, there's only one person in this town. Are you really going to the ruins of the castle? Can you not feel death emanating from there? Oh, well, they weren't as crazy as I thought. Alright, anyway, we're moving on. In the regular, like, non-translated English version of the game, somebody says something about, like, not looking into the Death Star, you will die, which either is a reference to Star Wars or a reference to Hokuto-no-Ken, and I'm not sure which one. Maybe both, you never know. Okay, so this is the Bridge of Doom. If you don't have all the body parts and the cross, you won't be able to cross the Bridge of Doom. So this leads to Dracula's castle. Get the gold knife equipped. That's my first trick. Okay, so this is Dracula's castle. Now you may expect this to be a really dangerous place, but nothing actually happens here until you get to the boss. Actually, I gotta equip holy water. That's right, I forgot. So we just kind of meander through this area. I mean, I know it's ruins, but, you know. All right, so here comes the big climactic fight with Dracula. You ready? So here's how you fight Dracula. You ready? That's it. You win. Back up. Pitch the gold knife. Unlock him to death, you win. Game over. Alright, so we got the middle of the road ending. And the battle ended, but on account of the injury suffered during the battle, Simon Belmont passed away. Until a young man to fight again. Evils like him comes again to this world. Transylvania will keep praying forever toast to the victory achieved in 9 days. So you get different endings depending on how quickly you beat it. I've never been able to get the best ending. This is the middle ending. Oh, and then hey, we got a whatever this is. This is an extra stat screen that wasn't in the ROM hack, or it wasn't in the regular thing. So there you go. So I mean, we recorded this in under 2 hours, so I don't know. That was pretty quick. So anyway, that was a playthrough of Castlevania 2. That was a good time. A good retro bit of fun. So that's all we got for this week. See you next time.